Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very special unboxing, something that came in from, we got African Sporting Goods from Lexington in Mansfield, Ohio. Today I'm opening up with my Arno iMamba. This is the plain one right here, first generation with a flipper. And yeah, pretty cool knife. Let's see what we got. Oh, got some receipts and stuff. Oh, a catalog. A big catalog. Wow. Very cool. That's a interesting wrapping thing. All right, so what do we have? Is it an Arno? This looks like it could be. Is this an iMamba? Let's take a look. What do we have here? Okay, so it is an iMamba. Okay. What does this say? iMamba, Uni-Black carbon fiber, RWL34 titanium, serial number 24 of 128. Interesting. Oh, look, we got a Frank's Hanks. What is this? Oh, wow. That's nice. That's really nice. Okay, so we'll leave that out. I don't know if that's going to cause a focus issue, but here we go. What is this? So, yeah, we'll move this. It's too bright. It's taken away from the knife. All right, so what do we got here? Look at this. Arno. It's got carbon fiber inlay. It looks like a fat carbon. Really beautifully done. It's got the lanyard. I'm not a big fan of it, but that's okay. Look at that. There's no flipper here. Interesting. No flipper on that. And there's a hole right there. All right, so let's take a look and give it a flip. Oh, look at that. Nice. Oh yeah, that's nice. Nice and crisp too. Pretty strong detent, I'll say that much. Compared to the other one, yeah, feels, this one is just a little bit lighter. Interesting. I don't mind the fuller version here, by the way, but you can definitely feel over here this is much heavier. Wow, that beautiful finish. Now finishes look a little similar. All right, so we still have a hollow grind. Let's feel that. Yeah. Is that still hollow grind? Yeah, it is. Okay. Now is the blade a little different? I don't know if I can't tell if that blade's a little bit larger or longer. I'm curious now. So we're looking at okay, 1.07. So yeah, it's not much at all. I mean, it's almost identical, but a little difference, I think. Here you have just a plain Jane, and in this one though, you have this carbon fiber, this inlay. It's beautiful, gorgeous, still crazy sharp right there. Love the crown spine right there. Look at that, beautiful polish right there. No, you can choke up here. That's one of the things I noticed here. So here, it's as close as I can get right there. It's got a full grip, so extra large, double extra large hands, I think could easily get on here. But on this one, I can get up like this, and probably, yeah, I can choke up a little bit like that too if I wanted to. Do a little pinch grip if you needed to. Now, I will say that detent is strong. It's a pretty strong detent. Let's see here. Now when we drop, okay, so it catches right there. So there's, let's see here, here's the clutch right there. So if you clear, you got to get down to here. All right, so interesting. Trying to see where that is. Clutch clears right right there as well. And the clutch here clears about right there. Now, is there a ramp on this one? I forget if these guys have a ramp. No, there's no ramp on here. Yeah, no ramp, but that's all right. It is a little stiff, for sure. Still beautiful pivot. Love that. Yeah. It's a little different screw there. That one's more flush. Interesting. As opposed to that one has a little more room in there. That's kind of cool. That has a pivot collar on there as well. No flipper on this one now. That's the flipper delete that you'll notice right here. That's the difference right there. Okay, so that part has to be there because this part right here is where the blade stop pin hits. All right, and then the blade stop pin hits there. Okay, so now I'm not a lanyard fan. I know some of you guys love these lanyards, and I gotta tell you, as far as lanyards go, this is a pretty cool lanyard. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I still don't like lanyards. And so I'm going to take this lanyard off. And I know this might cause pain to some of you guys. You might be like in pain as I'm doing this. You might just be like, oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Why would you do that? Well, I'm just not a lanyard fan. That's plain and simple. I'm not, and that's okay. You know, if it's your knife, you can keep the lanyard on. But this is my knife, so I'm going to take the lanyard off. Okay? And I want to keep it so I can actually put it back on if I wanted to. And it's got a little dirt on there. Let's clean that off. Yeah. So cool lanyard. We'll put that off to the side. Now we don't have a lanyard. Now we can compare. Interesting. Now I'm kind of curious. I want to weigh the two. See, how do they compare to one another? So the original was 4.2 ounces. Let's see if this extra carbon fiber adds a weight to it. 4 ounces actually takes 0.2 ounces away. Okay, that's interesting. You also have a little milling right there. You have the flipper gone, so maybe that's where the 2 ounces come from. Yeah, it's a little tight, but it's breaking in. So without that lanyard, there's a little more comfortable for me. That lanyard absolutely gets in the way. I'm not a big fan of that. Again, I apologize to you lanyards, those lanyard lovers out there. You know, I sound like a pirate. You were a lanyard lover. Anyways, I'm just not a fan. But yeah, that is cool. Man, I really do like that carbon fiber though. Look at that, that's gorgeous. Wow. All right, so let's do a nice up close here. Do a little zoom here and look at the blade. You can see that, nice actual cut out of the fuller. It's got enough edge, but it's not crazy sharp. Beautifully crowned on the top there. Here, let's wipe this blade. Not because I don't want anybody, I don't want it to, you know, I'm afraid that I've got fingerprints on there. I just want you to be able to see it. And here's the scale. Look at that carbon fiber on the titanium inlay. That's gorgeous. Simply stunning. All right, so let's look at the back part of the blade here. Beautiful hollow grind. It's a very subtle hollow grind. It's not a crazy big hollow grind, but it is a hollow grind. And that's a hand ground hollow grind. Here's the clip, very similar. So I suspect these, looking in here, there's no milling on the inside. So this is inlaid and it's attached. So this is going to be permanently attached. Not sure what attaches it, but probably some sort of super strong resin epoxy kind of sort of glue. That's nice. Nice reverse flick. Oh, that is strong. Yeah, we may have to adjust that. Now the big difference is there's a couple things. One, no flipper, carbon fiber inlay. The newer version actually has caged bearings. This one had free floating bearings. Ooh, you guys can't see that. Hopefully that wasn't too terrible. Let me go back. All right, so I'm going to edit this. All right, so the real big difference here that you're seeing here is that you've got the flippers, got the carbon fiber inlay, and you've got the cutout where the fuller is, which is nice. The pocket clip is very similar, and you got the inlay over here. This is cut out. There's no flipper on here that's been cut off. And another big thing is the detent's going to be a little bit stronger and crisper, and there's caged ceramic ball bearings in there. They're actually Skiff washers, custom made by Skiff for Arno. These are free-floating washers and cage bearings in here. Still really great. I've taken this apart. Not a problem to clean and work with. I don't mind at all. So that doesn't intimidate me at all. But this is definitely a little crisper. I think Kevin would really like the snappiness of this. And I did the flipper delete. Wanted it to be very different, and I'm happy about that. I don't feel like I'm missing anything. It doesn't really add anything to me down here. Down here just extended this a little bit, gave you a little extra, whatever, for hard use, and this is going to probably become more of that. But it is a very, very, let's see here, we dead nut centered. We are dead nut centered, beautiful crown spine. It is pretty sharp. Let's see, how about front flip? Yeah, no problem. Reverse flip, let's see here. Yeah, no problem. It is strong though. Definitely pretty strong. I can feel that. Yeah, so let's listen to that. That's a nice crisp. Ready? That's a nice click. Ready? Yeah, no detent lash. Nice and centered. Whereas over here, still nice crisp. Still goes in pretty well. So that's good. Very good, very good. All right, so that's a big difference, I think. I like that. I may lighten this detent up just a little bit, so I may take that apart just to do that, just because it's a little tight. And I've done a video on disassembling the Arno before, so unless somebody really wants to see me disassemble the one with the Skiff washers on there, I think there's no sense in recording that. But that really is all there's to it right there. That's the Arno. Man, I love this. I love this. I love the flipper delete. Gives it a different profile altogether. You can choke up without any problems here. I like that. Becomes a much sleeker knife, right? As Nick Shabazz would say, there's no pocket pecker there. So there you go. Yeah, still pretty stiff. Got to get that loosened up because that is really tight right there. So sorry about my dog. He's making noise there in the background. All right, very, very cool. I do like that. I like that a lot. Pretty snappy. Pretty snappy. Yeah, I got to make sure I tune that because that bar is a little hard on me, and it's not chamfered. The axis is there's definitely some axis there. Everything's nice and rounded all the way around. I do enjoy that. That's beautiful. Does it seem darker? No, it's about the same. Okay, so mine has smoothed out from use, and you can feel that it's a little bead blasted, but it's a little coarser than on this one than it was on the other one. Now, I don't know if that's just because I've used it, but I suspect that's the case. Yeah. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yeah, they have a very tight tolerances for those cage bearings in there. You can see that. It's really, really tight there. Love that. It was similar on here as well. A lot of similarities in the knife. I don't see much difference. It does have the name of the knife on here. Can you see that? Let's see. Can we zoom in on that? So let's see. I'm trying to read that. Can I get the right angle? There we go. So it does say 24 of 128. So this one over here was, ooh, dirty. How about, can you say dirty? Oh, here we go. Looking for my cloth. This one was 22 of 196. So a couple of years ago. So this is a 2022 model, and that's a 2024 model. And this was 196, and then this one here is 128. See, I'm reaching for the flipper because it's such a, the other knife is very similar, but I don't mind that at all. It's really nice actually. I like that. I can choke up like that if I need to. It's really stinking cool. Yeah. All right. Very cool. I like everything about this. I wanted to upgrade to an inlaid scale, and I wanted to try the non-flipper, and I wanted to get one with the cutout fuller and one with the non-flipper, and it is everything I hoped it would be. So I'm debating whether this is going to become kind of a user knife or I'm going to sell this. So I might sell this. I mean, I will tell you, I have carried this. There's a couple of little snail trails on here. You can definitely see. A couple on here, you know. It's a used knife, but I mean, it's not beat up or anything. There's no scratches on the blade. So let's look at that. Yeah, so the blade is, oops, got some stickiness on there, but let's clean that off. All right. Oh, that's from the package I just opened. Yeah, no scratches. It's in really good shape though. The flipper's nice. It's not as necessary. I gotta tell you, I always enjoy using this fuller on this one. The fuller's always really nice on this knife. So I enjoy that a lot. All right, very cool. Very cool. It's a cool blade. Definitely a cool blade. All right, we're coming back to this again. So, I like this blade a lot. I think it's really cool. I like a lot of things about it here. So this is going to be a nice carry. And I'm thinking about this one here would be probably more of a user knife. But I'm thinking maybe perhaps, just maybe perhaps, I might sell this. It's got a few snail trails all around. You know, you can see a few on here. But it's been used, but it's not like any deep scratches. It's just what happens with kind of a sandblasted titanium scales. So you see a few of those. So I don't know. I don't know if someone's interested in buying it and it's a reasonable offer, I'll sell it. But if someone's wanting to buy it and they give me a ridiculous offer, then I'll keep it and make it a user because it's just too good of a knife. I'm not gonna give up a good knife just for a few pennies, right? So this will definitely be a user, if you will, because I don't hate this blade at all. And it's nice to see the difference between the two. You can see that as well. So very cool. Now the action on here, this one's been tuned just beautifully buttery shut, where this one's a little more crisp, right? And has yet to break in. But man, that lock bar is really tight. I gotta loosen that just a touch, just a touch. It's really, really crisp. And this, because it's not chamfered, it digs into my finger a little bit. And I think after a little bit of fidgeting with the knife, because that's what I would do. I would fidget this knife all day long, all night long, right? So yeah, it's very cool, very crispy, very crispy. All right, so that's the knife. If you have any questions about it, I don't know if I'm going to do a review because I already have this. I don't know if there's enough to do a review. Maybe I will, depending on, you know, carrying it and if I've got some thoughts on there. Could be worth another review, who knows. But I already know this is a great knife. I love the design. One of my favorite high-end knives, so I do enjoy that. So if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, I'm back. We had to cut away. I had some issues with the knife, and I didn't want to include it because there were some problems, and I reached out to Arno about it. I was trying to take this apart so that I could tune it, and needless to say, I had a couple of issues with it, and when I reached out to them, they were really gracious and kind to reach back to me, and I have since carried it, as you can see. It's got a little stuff on the blade. I've used it because that's what it was always intended to be. So let me see if I can get that stuff off there. Looks like I have a little tape or something on there. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah, so I'd always intended to use this knife, and I got it apart, but the steel bar insert screw got stripped. Then I couldn't get the steel bar insert off to be able to tune it. And then when I took the clip off, it was stuck so bad that I bent it. So I reached out to them and I was a little frustrated, but they were so gracious. Those guys were really awesome. They sent me a bunch of hardware and some tools. These were the old steel washers that were in there. And you can see they're supposed to be sort of like, I don't know what, they're supposed to be a special compound or something like that, but they were not very smooth. They were, this is after being highly polished by me for a good half hour on my strop. And that's the best I could get. It's still very, very coarse. And the ones they sent me had a very smooth, polished surface. And then they sent me this awesome little tool to knock out a steel bar insert. I'm going to keep a hold of that and leverage that again. Put that in, it pops right out. That's a really smart little idea. So yeah, there's that. And then they sent me some extra hardware for anything that could have possibly gotten damaged. I was able to replace that steel bar insert screw, fit in perfectly. Was able to put this back on, bent this back in place, and it's fine. It's working great. My only bummer is that I did scratch the back here a little bit, and already, see, and the reason why that's not a big deal to me is because here, I already carried this, and you can see I already bumped into it and scratched it a little bit. So, because it's a carry knife, right? That's what it's meant to be. And here, I'll show you the action is so much better now. Buttery smooth. See that? Buttery smooth. Can't talk. But man, these guys were really awesome. They sent this hardware, and I am very appreciative to those guys out there because I really like this knife. I really like this carbon fiber. I got very, very frustrated. I really did. And I'll be honest with you. I thought, I don't know. I was really frustrated. I'll just leave it at that. Sometimes even the best of us, we get frustrated. Knowing what we know, we still get frustrated, right? We have bad experience and we project it, you know, and yeah, there was that. So I appreciate Arno Bernard. Thank you guys. Thanks to Arno Bernard for taking care of making it right. They DHL that all the way from South Africa to me in a few days. I was able to put this on there. Knife is beautiful. Everything I want it to be again. So I'm really, really enjoying that a lot. So, and it works really great left-handed, you know, right-handed, you know. It's non-flipper. Really enjoy that. This carbon fiber inlay is just beautiful. So, yeah, there it is in all its glory. All right, so you know, I learned from that, and you're not going to see the part where I take it apart and reassemble it because sometimes they're not great, right? And sometimes I might be a little frustrated, and I don't want to share that because it's my frustration. And it, you know, things happen. Not every knife is perfect. And here you got a mid-tech, semi-custom kind of knife made by some custom knife makers, and I had issues. Well, they took care of it, you know, and that's the way it should be, and that's the way people should deal with their customers, right? And of course, I just got that tape. I thought I got it off. It's a problem. A problem or benefit, I should say, with such a polished blade. You see that? Such a polished blade. It shows everything, at least for the video. All right, so I don't know if I did, real quick, let me just do this. I don't know if I did some video on this. I just want to make sure we've got some nice close for the little emoji or the GIF that I have to have in front of it. Right, so beautiful hollow grind. Let's look at the back. Beautiful hollow grind as well. Action is just buttery smooth now. Yeah, so hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel, allows the channel grow, produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you. Thank you to all of you guys out there, especially those of you who watch, who like the videos. I sure appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. And if you haven't already, hit that notification button down below so you can be notified of future content. And then finally, to all the channel members out there, a big, huge thank you. Thank you to all the channel members who've been here since the beginning, joined along the way, and just recently joined. I sure do appreciate you guys. You allowed this channel to do so many things that we do. And be able to do the giveaways and ship the giveaways and all sorts of stuff. So thank you to you guys out there. I'm just very, very, very grateful for all of that. If you're a channel member, I just want you to know my way to say thank you is I do a once-a-month giveaway. And I try to make it nice, especially you guys have been so generous with all the memberships and channels growing, and I just sure appreciate you guys. So try to make sure it's something really special. And if you just became a channel member or you've been a channel member for a while and you haven't emailed me yet, and you're still a member, email me with your name and address. I'd like to send you a sticker. I'd like to do that to all my channel members. Get you a sticker out there, all right? So thank you so much, all you guys. And again, I appreciate you. Hey, if you haven't already, check me on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.